Hi, good afternoon. My name is Gregory Pope, founder of SpinalSurgeryMexico.com. We have a patient coming in by the name of Greg and his wife Megan. Greg had traveled to Florida and had a surgery that was a failed back surgery, and this is our second patient that has had this problem, and now they're here in Mexico to have a surgery with Dr. Mario Simon, MD, FACS, Fellow of the American College of Surgeons. I think that you'll find the video very interesting, and thank you for watching.
Hello, this is Dr. Salmon, Dr. Guerrero,
Hi.
and Dr. Rodriguez.
Hi.
Two of my partners who work for SpinalSurgeryMexico.com. And we just had a new surgery from a Canadian patient named Gregory Stimson. He underwent a lumbar spine surgery, almost minimal invasive, and he did well. We are here in Mexico, in the state of Querétaro, and glad to receive every patient who needs help.
In the case of Greg, we didn't touch the disc. That disc has been touched before, and it was already damaged. So we just stabilized that segment. It was L4L5, and we just put the screws and rods there, a system called Cosmic from Ulrich. It's a German product. And this screw have a hinge between the head of the screw and the thread of the screw.
Hi, my name is Greg Stimson. I'm from Saskatchewan, Canada. My spouse and I, we flew down on the 9th of August into Querétaro. Greg Pope was waiting for us. We had an excellent driver service. I think it was a newer Suburban. There, lots of room. We got loaded up. I like to sit in the front with motion sickness, etc. So we had a drive. We went right to the hospital. When we all got to the hospital, Dr. Simone was he was waiting for us. I seen him through the glass before we ever walked through the door, but we were greeted by him, and then we went to, I think it would be customer service to get checked in, and then we were escorted up to our room, which I think was on the 4th floor. The hospital was, for anybody that's scared of a hospital in Mexico, this one here, you sure wouldn't be. It was, I have not been in a nicer hospital. It was unbelievable, clean, up to date. It looked new to me. But anyway, we got settled in our room, and our doctor, since I had talked to him previously and sent my MRI, I had a few other complications show up, and there was no questions asked. They gave me another MRI, CAT scan. No, there was no charge to it. Dr. Simone just wanted to make sure that he wasn't missing anything and everything was up to date because I had changes. So at that point, we never did leave the hospital again. We were there, and one thing I do want to say is that with the COVID situation, I never did see another person wandering the hallways. We were told to stay in our room, and it wouldn't matter what we needed. Just there was a button that we could push, and they'd bring us whatever we wanted. They were very conscious of the COVID situation, and so we pretty well were in our room. We could have went out if we'd have wanted to, but they didn't recommend it, and kind of peeked around the corner the odd time, but we just never seen anybody but staff, which was nice. And then our room was, my spouse had her own room attached to ours with she had her own washroom, bed, her own TV, and it was very comfortable for both of us, lots of room. She didn't have to listen to me rolling around all night trying to sleep or whatever, or get comfortable. Dr. Simone, he come up and seen us probably 3-4 times the first night, and he come and seen us every day, but I could tell he was a very busy guy, and we had talked to him a little bit about his past 3 days, and I think he'd done 16 surgeries in 3 days. So they were very. It was a busy time, but nevertheless, we were treated excellent. We had a English interpreter there pretty well all the time, or not an interpreter. It was a nurse that could speak English also. The next morning, I was in for surgery at 9 o'clock. They wheeled me down the hall and got into the operating room, and I was probably another 20 minutes there. That I don't know what you call an anesthesiologist. He could speak English too, so we had a great visit. And to be honest, I never did get nervous. I don't know what it was. I was just ready to go and waiting my turn in line. And so the next thing, I guess, I had the surgery. Dr. Simone had already went and talked to my spouse and had updated her on how the surgery went, how I was doing, etc. And so when I got back to the room and kind of woke up, and she already knew everything that I didn't know, and surgery went good. And Dr. Simone he was a great guy to talk to. He was you could tell he had talent, smart, good sense of humor, and I think I felt like I really trusted the guy, and that's why I wasn't nervous about it. Then we spent the next 48 hours in the hospital, and I think everything went good. Yeah, I was uncomfortable at times or whatever, but they had pain management, and they're definitely not pill pushers, because they gave you just enough to get by. And I think in Mexico here, they're not into trying to take everything away with pills. They're more about fixing it and getting your body reworking its system again and getting you ready to go. So anyway, the next day we were supposed to be picked up. Greg Pope's driver come and picked us up, and we hadn't signed out yet from the hospital. His name was Freddie. Anyway, he went and he got the paperwork, brought it to us, got us to sign everything, and then we were allowed to leave with a little checkup before we left and released. And he carried our bags down. We got down to the bottom of the hospital, and he pulled the Suburban right up, and it was uncomfortable getting in, but I did want to get out of the hospital too and get to a different where we're going to do the rehabilitation and physio. Greg had already instructed the driver that he had to drive slow over the bumps, and he was very good. Like, he slowed down, and the traffic was going, but we were taking it easy and making sure I was comfortable getting here. I don't remember what time we got here. I think early afternoon, and where we're staying at Casa Marina, it's so beautiful here that we wanted to get out. So we did get a few suppers and stuff later, went out, and it was a good start to what we had to get through in the next 10 days. One thing I should mention too is that when we had arrived here, I was already booked for physio that night, and I was a little tense about that, because in Canada it's kind of that no pain, no gain, and I just felt like I didn't want that yet. But Claudio, I think he's got his master's too. He come I think about 7-8 that night, the first night, and we started physio. And he has an approach where if anything's hurting or you're feeling pain, we're not doing it right. So already that night I kind of had felt I trusted him. He was so gentle, and anyway, going forward, we had physio twice a day, once in the morning, once at night, and we got to be pretty good friends with him. I just really trusted him. He was careful, and I got a couple days left here now, but I just trust him 100%. He's just very good physiotherapist. And well, you can tell he's a very busy guy. Then the rest of the week, it's just such a comfortable place that usually I'm the type of guy that wants to go home, and in 3 days I just can't wait to get back to my place, And the time has just gone by here where I don't even really think about that. We're starting to think about getting home now, but there's so much to see, and the big thing is it's just such a comfortable spot to rehabilitate here. It's quiet. It's beautiful. The Casa Marina, it's just beautiful. You got to see some of the brickwork in this building, and the yard's just groomed, and plants and flowers, and it's just a very good spot to rehabilitate. And we just felt like we're just surrounded by good people from the time we got here till we left. Day maybe 10 here now, and yesterday I walked 4.5 kilometers. I haven't done that in a year.
I'm Megan. I'm his other half. We argue who the better half is. Being somewhere like this and being able to recover is one thing, but it doesn't happen without the right people in place to facilitate it. Greg Pope has done a fantastic job of being able to, get you from point A to point B to point C here at Casa Marino. And then he's got the right people in place, right down to the guy doing the video. He's great company. He's easy to be around. Puts you at ease doing this type of stuff. It's not easy to talk on a camera. And I'd like to thank everyone here for taking such good care of Greg and me. Even everything, the hospital, the drivers, like Freddie was really cool. We learned a lot from him in our hour drive out here. To the physio, to the massage therapist, to your cooks that are in place. And then being at Casa Marino, I'm gonna move in and stay here for forever. The food is fantastic. The people are incredible. They have this wonderful lady that can come here that does massages and pedicures and manicures, and I got my hair cut, and I feel like I'm a pampered woman, which doesn't happen back home. So it's been good. I would recommend it for anyone to look into it. If it's the right option for you, I wouldn't hesitate coming here. I'm very thankful that we have had this opportunity to come here, and that he's made the progress that he has. Like I'm hopeful for him for his future. And thank you guys for everything.
One thing I would like to say is if we can help you in any way, we'd be more than glad to help you or anyone that you know with your spinal surgery needs. Please contact Gregory Pope at spinalsurgerymexico.com, or you can give me a phone call at area code 772-419-8061. And thank you very much for watching the video.